I know it was a frustrating second inning. When you look at how just you as well as Shohei were able to reset and get back on track, how would you just describe handling that for yourself personally?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I didn't do a great job. Start to finish. It was pretty embarrassing. Thankfully, he's as good as he is, and he could take control of a game. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
You have so much support, though. I mean, to have the conversations, whether I saw Freddie come up to you, Dave Roberts. I mean, I know that, as you said, today may have felt embarrassing, but to have their support in that conversation, what does that just mean to you?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they always have my back. Once again, it's embarrassing that I need support like that. I'm a grown man. Yeah, it's a pretty tough pill to swallow. Both sides of the ball. It was not a great showing, and hasn't been great as of late, and I'm going to be better.
That feeling in the moment there.
What happens when the best player in baseball has to stop being a superstar and become a teacher in the middle of a game? That's exactly what happened during the Los Angeles Dodgers' latest win over the Minnesota Twins. Shohei Ohtani once again proved why he's one of the most unique players baseball has ever seen. But this time it wasn't just because of his pitching or his bat. It was because of how he helped a struggling teammate through one of the toughest nights of his young career. The Dodgers completed a sweep of the Twins with a hard-fought 4-3 victory in Minneapolis, but the final score doesn't tell the whole story. For a moment, it looked like the game might completely unravel. And at the center of the drama were Shohei Ohtani and rookie catcher Dalton Rushing. The night started well enough for Los Angeles, but things quickly got messy in the second inning. Ohtani, who has been one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball this season, suddenly found himself in trouble. The Twins loaded the bases, putting pressure on both the pitcher and the catcher. Then came the moment everyone noticed. Ohtani and Rushing got crossed up on a pitch call. Rushing was expecting an off-speed pitch, but Ohtani fired a blazing 101-mile-per-hour fastball. The ball skipped past the catcher and raced to the backstop, allowing a run to score. Moments later, a Twins single brought in 2 more runs, and suddenly Minnesota had a 3-1 lead. The cameras caught Ohtani's reaction. His shoulders dropped. He looked frustrated. Not angry, but disappointed. The kind of disappointment that comes from knowing something went wrong between teammates. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts later admitted that the two players were clearly out of sync early in the game. Communication problems between a pitcher and catcher can be costly, and for a team chasing another championship, those mistakes matter. But this is where Ohtani showed another side of greatness. Instead of letting frustration take over, he adjusted. He took control. He worked through the confusion and began guiding the game. Over the next several innings, Ohtani looked like a completely different pitcher. He struck out hitter after hitter, finishing with 8 strikeouts over 6 strong innings. That recovery alone would have been impressive. Most pitchers struggle to regroup after a disastrous inning. Ohtani responded by shutting the door on the Twins and giving his team a chance to win. And he didn't stop there. At the plate, Ohtani delivered an RBI single during a 3-run third inning that flipped the momentum back to Los Angeles. Just like that, the Dodgers had the lead, and they never gave it back. What made the performance even more remarkable was what we learned after the game. Speaking through an interpreter, Ohtani acknowledged that communication between him and Rushing simply wasn't good enough. He explained that reading swings, understanding hitters' approaches, and making adjustments together are all part of the pitcher-catcher relationship. In other words, success isn't just about throwing great pitches. It's about trust and teamwork. Meanwhile, Dalton Rushing was brutally honest about his own performance. The young catcher admitted he was embarrassed. He felt he had put Ohtani in a difficult position and was upset that the superstar pitcher essentially had to help manage the game himself. Rushing described it as a tough pill to swallow and took full responsibility for the struggles. That level of accountability is rare for a young player. Remember, Rushing is currently filling a massive role, while all-star catcher Will Smith remains on the injured list. Those are enormous shoes to fill. Every mistake gets magnified when you're replacing one of the best catchers in baseball. Unfortunately for Rushing, the struggles didn't end behind the plate. Offensively, he went hitless and struck out 3 times. It was the kind of game every young player experiences, but never wants to remember. Still, there may be a silver lining.